And that's for your own health.
Healthy, yeah.
I hope he's okay. I know he's going to go see some neurologists and stuff this week, and he's going to kind of discuss what he wants to do. But I loved what his coach said. You know, he's the quarterback of his family, and he needs to make the decision for his family. Yeah. You know, it's not our place to, you know, Stephen A. It's not us who are a little podcast, whatever, to say these things. You can have your opinion, but that's all I really want to touch on it. I mean, it's scary. I can imagine his wife is going to a...
Is it time?
But anyway, let's get back to some more kind of like positive uplifty. Bills 2-0.
They look good. I mean, it's surprising just because they lost quite a bit. I was like,
literally, who was their offense?
Yeah, I have literally no idea. So
that's crazy.
We'll see. I mean, maybe they got something in the draft. Maybe they signed somebody. I mean, obviously they're doing something right. So
100%. I think the biggest one right now for me is the Saints.
That's a huge surprise.
91 points in 2 games.
What's going? Alvin Kamara absolutely blew up.
20 carries, 3 touchdowns, 115 yards. Derek Carr, 243, 2 touchdowns and a pick.
Dude, Kamara is such a versatile back, though.
He's so good. They just look good. Dak Prescott back to his interception ways.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think that's a mistake, them signing him long-term, but I don't know what you're going to get out of him.
Could have signed Sam Darnold.
You could have signed Sam Darnold. The funniest thing, I think, to me is the Buccaneers are also 2-0. That division, I thought, was going to break the record for the most, like not winning the most games as an entire conference.
No, it's literally the Panthers that are bad.
Yeah, Falcons look fine. That division could be really fun. They're 2-0. Buccaneers look good again. Mayfield kind of runs for the touchdown to end the game. They beat the Lions again. That's a good team to beat.
Yeah,
a lot of people write off Baker Mayfield. I mean, I don't think we do. I think we both kind of are all in the same. Like we think he's okay. Vikings.
They might be for real. I don't know yet. That's the thing.
I want to know who they play next week. Let's see.
That is very interesting because I mean they've looked good. I mean Sam Darnold's done what he needs to win.
So you have a test next. I mean, this was a test. Obviously, the 49ers, big win. At home, big win.
That's huge to beat them. But I feel like they had a weird week because they played.
They didn't play Thursday.
Who did they play?
The 49ers played.
They played the Jets.
Home, away at the Jets on Monday night, I think. So I think it was a short week for them. But next week they play Texans come to Minnesota.
Ooh, that's
a fun game. I could see that getting shifted. I don't know who the Sunday night game. I think I do. I think it's the Chiefs and someone.
Of course.
That should be shifted, I think, to Sunday night. That'd be a fun game. Then they go to Green Bay, but again, if Jordan Love's not playing, I mean, that definitely drops
What's
it.
the difference?
But they have a tough one. I mean, this is the next little run. I mean, you have this run of they had the 49ers, Texans at home, Packers on the road, Jets at home, Lions at home, to the Rams, and then it evens up with the Colts, Jaguars, Titans,
they
Bears.
Don't have an easy go of it this first half,
not at all. And they come to Seattle this year, so I wonder if my stepdad will want to go. But anyway, I don't know if I'm kind of with you. I'm like, give me like
if they go like first half,
if they can go like 4-0 and then like 5-1 or 5-1, 6-2. Yeah, 100% on board, which is dumb because someone's gonna go, "What the? They're 6-2." That's like, yeah, but you could still. Well, who was it like last year? Won?
Oh, the Eagles were 10-1.
Yeah, the Eagles were 10-1 and left. Yeah, and then almost missed the playoffs. Who else? Seahawks 2-0.
Dude,
I'm kind of the same way with the Vikings. I'm like, they have not looked. The Vikings have looked solid to me.
The problem is we didn't have Kenneth Walker. Zach Charbonnet
is good.
He's good.
Huge drop.
But like the difference between
huge drop.
But JSN and DK
went over 100
games.
Both went over 100.
I mean,
I agree.
But yeah, it's an
interesting one.
I'm not convinced yet.
I'm not convinced at all. I think that they have, I don't want to say gotten lucky. They've also played 2 really bad teams in Denver and the Patriots, who people think they're going to be like the bottom of their division.
We should have won those games.
Comfortably by 30. And you're barely squeaking by in OT and barely sneaking by Denver, who really kind of had that game.
Like you said, if Bo Nix wasn't a rookie.
Yeah, if they had like Kirk Cousins, that game's done. Yeah. The other ones we'll go through really quick. The Chargers, Harbaugh seems to have something working.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about, we thought it was going to take a year. Like, I think they're going to be really good, but this first year is always that test. So,
and I mean, obviously Herbert. We know Herbert's a stud. He didn't even have a good game, and they still. I mean, they played the Panthers.
Well, J.K. Dobbins just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like 17 carries or whatever for like 130 yards.
He just wasn't very successful on the Ravens and turned it around with Chargers.
And then the other ones, I'll kind of go boring here with these two because no one really cares. You have the Chiefs and Texans, kind of expected. Yeah. Nothing really shocking. Texans, like you said, don't look great. I think the Bears do look good, but I think the Bears are definitely they need another step or two to figure it out. Texans, they're still working out their offense. A lot of new weapons, a lot of new pieces to trying to figure things out. Chiefs, whatever. Don't need to talk about them. The other fun one is the Steelers. They're 2-0.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. I don't remember who they played first week. It wasn't big. They played Denver this week, which again is like
kind of
blah.
if they don't win that game, it's sad.
Oh, they played the Falcons, which is a solid win. That's right.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins did not look great.
No, Kirk Cousins definitely is trying to figure it out. Now, speaking of that, let's just go straight to Monday night. I'm already over the Steelers.
That was so much.
What
fun.
a classic!
That was so much fun.
Kirk Cousins, you like that? You like that? That was so.
Also, the
prime
Eagles
time
blew that game.
Yeah, 100%.
So bad.
Saquon dropping that pass, man.
That was embarrassing, dude. That 1 minute drive though.
Well, and it was funny. So it was funny. Kurt, after the
drive.
game, was getting interviewed. It's like, how do you feel? And he goes, basically, well, no. Sorry, this was Matt Ryan and the Manning brothers were doing their thing. And he goes, the Manning, they're talking about, you go, when you get on a new team, honestly, the easiest thing to know is the 2-minute drive. Like, those are plays that everyone knows. They're almost all the same. Everyone just kind of knows what's going to happen. It's just whether, how you're going to call it.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty much what you expect it's going to be. And they were like, it's kind of easy for him just to kind of plug and play.
That's fair.
So I thought that was really fun. Obviously, Kirk Cousins on prime time, never been very good. I think he's been a lot better.
He's turned it around. He was horrible to start.
But I want him to be good because I don't want Michael Penix to play.
Just come over to Seattle.
But
no. That'd be great.
No.
Get a lefty in there.
But that was really it for the news-wise. I'm going to kind of go through what I had, blah, 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 blah. Jamar Chase is obviously the big one. Does not want to extend as of right now. He doesn't want to have talks. He wants to focus on the year. He's frustrated with Cincinnati because for the past 2 years, he has said he is going to get a deal done. The other dumb thing, I was talking with a Cincinnati fan the other day. Mm-hmm. He's locked up for another 2 years. And everyone's going, I get you want your money and like you want it guaranteed. I get it. But if you stay healthy and do it just as good as you're doing, the market's just going up, which is insane to think.
Make money,
you're going to make more, and you're still making solid money. So I don't know if he doesn't say he's going to sit out or anything, but
it's always weird when that happens because it's like you've already had your good contract. Mm-hmm. Like what I understand, like getting an extension, like that's different. But why do you need more?
Yeah, and
like
I think
it's not that he's like the lowest paid receiver in the league. Like it's not even close.
Yeah, and I think that there's just such a love for materialistic items in the world. Yeah, and I think I heard that from Pastor Cliff, the guy I was talking about. He was talking about that. I don't know, because I understand, like you're saying, like, hey, whatever, he's making, I don't know how much, $15 million, which
it's got to be more than that.
I don't know. But if you were to tell me, hey, just give me $15 million more for another 2 more years, give me another 2-year, $30 million extension. You have to look at that and go, okay, that makes sense. He just wants years.
Yeah.
The money is not what really bugs him. But they have him for another like 2 years.
Oh, that is his actual contract actually is kind of low. For
what is
it?
He
is. He's only making his base salary is $1 million this year.
Oh, well, that makes sense. So he's still on his rookie
next
deal.
Year is a $21 million club option.
Yeah, and I think he just so they have him next year then, I guess. So they have him guaranteed next year.
$21 million?
But yeah, so I can understand where he's kind of coming from, especially with Jefferson and
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb starting to get their deals. He's looking at it going, lock me in. But again, the team has, Cincinnati's done a good job of being kind of last minute deals a lot of times, and they probably look at it and just go, we have you next year, dog. You can't do anything. You can demand a trade if you want, but we're going to sign you. We're just trying to figure out the budget. Same thing happened
with T. Higgins.
Exactly.
I mean, they didn't really cave in, so.
Yeah, and I think it'll be fine. But otherwise, the only other thing I had, of course, was Bryce Young being benched for Andy Dalton.
Yeah, I mean, we already said it, but I think it's a good move.
I think it is too.
I think it's fine.
It can't hurt Carolina
It's not the end
anymore.
of his career, though. I feel like people, when you see people bench, are like, oh, it's never going to happen again. No. They drafted him first overall. They're not going to bench him and leave him out.
Yeah, he's not a Jamarcus Russell yet.
Yeah,
like it's not going to happen.
He's not there.
But yeah, I think it's interesting. I mean, it's interesting to see a lot of these backups nowadays. I mean, you have obviously not like Bryce Young. You have Michael Penix, which is a big name. He's touted to be a very good quarterback. He was solid last year for the UW. Yeah, JJ McCarthy.
Thanks for listening to the Kinda Athletic podcast. Please like and subscribe to all our social media platforms and make sure to come back next week to hear more from the Kinda Athletic podcast.